ears like a melody, but I've got voices in my head telling me it's too good to be true. When I'm lying in my bed, I close my eyes and I see
Hey Isaac, we're proudly presenting our new Isaac in Egypt roll call. We hope you like it.
Wrist looking like it been dipped. Dipping that, dipping that, dipping that. Script looking like it been flipped. Flipping that, flipping that, flipping that. Pull up in that for my God. Whole squad getting that, getting that. Please say it ain't true. Had to go and cop 2. Hell no, we can't fit in that. Wild ones, like we fresh out the cage. Showtime, baby. Fresh off the stage. Bad little mama, fresh off the page. Front like you love, but you know that you hate it. Yeah, you know no better. Yeah, you know no better. Yeah, you know no better. Ooh.
Yeah, you know no better. Say you're different, who you kidding? Yeah, you know no better. Ooh, say that talk for the ones who don't know no better. Cause baby, I know you better.
Baby, I don't know better.
Baby, I know you better.
Baby, I know.
Baby, I know you better. Baby, I know you better. Baby, I know you better.
Baby, I know no better. Top drop.
Höchste Zeit, dass das Feuer wieder startet. Wir bringen mal wieder eine Granate vorbei. Von der ersten bis zur letzten Etage. Top on the rhythm and right.
Ich reite ein in den Club mit meinem Team. Die Leute sind am Abstylen, wenn wir übernehmen. Heute Abend wird gebaut, wir lassen den Boden beben. Das Duell ist eröffnet, die Fetzen können fliegen.
Desperados, Super Bowl, Halbzeitshow. Hier rollt das Candela Rodeo. Desperados, einmal um die Welt wie die Stones. Tiefer als U-Bahn, dicker Low, low, low.
Roll and roll like a rolling stone. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo. Roll and roll like a rolling stone. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo. Jump, jump, hype on the rhythm, come. Ready, ready, ride with the groove now. Come again, set on it. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo.
Barrikaden aus Boxen und Verstärkern. Molotow-Cocktails aus Wörtern. Beats ballern besser fliegen durch die Luft. Showdown, baby, let's roll.
Übernehmen mal wieder die Dancehall. Alle Pferde gehen mit dir durch wie Bonanza. Volles Rohr, wir rollen wie ein Panzer. Machen wieder aus dem Montag einen Samstag.
Desperados, Super Bowl, Halbzeitshow. Hier rollt das Candela Rodeo. Desperados, einmal um die Welt wie die Stones. Tiefer als U-Bahn, dicker Low, low, low.
Roll and roll like a rolling stone. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo. Roll and roll like a rolling stone. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo. Jump, jump, hype on the rhythm, come. Ready, ready, ride with the groove now. Come again, set on it. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo.
Wir reiten, wir rollen, wir verlieren immer voll die Kontrolle. Wir fallen, wir fliegen, wenn wir fallen, wenn wir wieder siegen. Wir lieben, wir streiten, wir überwinden die übelsten Pleiten. Kein Zweifel, wir riden low.
Ride it like a rodeo. Roll and roll like a rolling stone. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo. Roll and roll like a rolling stone. Ride the rhythm like a rodeo.
So let's check the sound. Does the sound work now? Okay, amazing. Zhup, zhup, zhup. So you see, online conferences are not easy, but it's a lot of fun. So beautiful. Apparently I was talking for 5 minutes without you hearing me, but now I hope you can hear me. So yes. Basically, to sum up the last 5 minutes of what I was saying, enjoy the conference. It's super cool that you're here. We have more than 400 people enjoying and engaging in this experience, so you'll get to know a lot of cool people, you'll get to know a lot of new content, and you'll meet people from businesses, but also people who've been in ISEC for a lot of time already, who will be sharing their experiences with you. So stay excited, stay tuned, and I'm super excited to actually get to know some of you during the party today, but also throughout the Youth Leadership Day. So, as you can see on the slides, this conference will be the coolest conference that you will ever experience. But the question is, why will it be the coolest? Will it be because of technology that we are using? Will it be because of the cool slides? Will it be because of the cool speakers? This all is, of course, very cool and very nice, but actually the real reason why this conference will be the coolest that you will have ever experienced is actually the impact that this conference has the potential to create. And before we go deeper into this topic of impact, you know, in ISEC, we're using a lot of words like impact and change the world and so on. And sometimes we feel like, okay, are we actually changing the world? Are we actually having the impact? Like, how am I, through my daily actions as an ISECer, as a member of ISEC in Germany, or generally a member of ISEC around the world, how am I actually contributing? How am I creating the impact? And for this, I would need you to go right now to the following link, and we'll check what's up currently, because every one of you are having around 400 people who are participating in conference, and every one of you knows a lot of different things and a lot of different things that you actually care about and that are not going that well. So now I would like you to go to the Mentimeter, and here on the slides you can see the link. It's sl.isec.de/natco_menti, and you can use this password. It should be not protected, but yeah, you can go there and type in there. The question is, what are the current challenges that you see in the world? What are current problems, current crises, current things that you're actually very pissed about, that you would like them to have in a different way, but they're like this, and somehow you feel like maybe you cannot change it. So please go there, go to Mentimeter, and right now we'll check what is the collective intelligence of ISEC in Germany telling us what are the current challenges in the world. So let's switch to the cloud. Okay, beautiful. So I'm seeing the climate change. That was an unexpected one to come, of course. I see corona, corruption, beautiful, gender inequality, gender equality, sexism, survive. Wow, a lot of things coming. Economy, yes, problems with economy also because of corona. Uncertainty, climate crisis again, global warming. Actually, climate change is the biggest one you see. As more people vote for something, as bigger it becomes. So climate change and corona are probably the biggest one right now. Then racism also very close. Poverty was Trump, yes, the biggest problem that the world has right now. Hunger, populism, child trafficking, bad presidents, yeah, I will talk about it in a second. Then we have increasing racism, yes, decline of democracy. No global volunteers, oh yeah, that's that's the one that is the most painful one, right, for us as ISECers right now. Yes, inequality. So you see, a lot of challenges happening right now, and it's very hard to actually decide with what challenge we can actually start. So let's move on, and Jenny will support me in changing to the next step. Yes, looking at all these problems, I would like to share with you something very, very personal to me. And maybe some of you are following social media and news, and some of you will understand where this comes from. Because I'm originally from Belarus, I also grew up in Belarus, and it's a little post-Soviet country somewhere between Poland and Russia, which was historically very weirdly developed, and because of all the wars that went through the country. Also, the Second World War devastated the country a lot. And maybe you don't know, but we have a dictator for 26 years right now. And a couple of days ago, on the 9th, on this Sunday, there were the presidential elections. So people went and voted. But for 26 years, believe me, people were super, super fed up with how he was managing the country, and he was not really a good leader. So everyone voted actually for, maybe not everyone, but the majority, as it seems by the unofficial independent counters, actually voted for the other candidate. But the president, the current dictator, he said, okay, I got 80% of votes, and these all votes are actually the votes that were just painted on the paper, so they just falsified the things. So what happened, people actually went on the streets and started protesting. And people just went out and started peacefully protesting, but what happened then? The military and the police and the military forces, the special police forces, they started just brutally cracking down people. They've been beating them up, putting them into jail. They incarcerated more than 1,000 people in just a couple of days. And there were a lot of videos. Just go to the internet, put Belarus election 2020, and they will show you a lot of things that will be happening. And this thing that made me very emotional last days was that right after the election, of course, the president kind of thought, okay, there will be protests and there will be something wrong happening in the country, like people will not really like what I'm doing here. So he kind of shut down the internet for almost the whole day. So I could not reach my family, and my whole family is Belarus. I was writing to my mom, I was writing to my brother, to my father, and I could not reach anyone. So what could have happened? And here you can see the picture of my mom, who is now participating in a peaceful protest, and I knew that she is this kind of rebel woman that will actually go out there and, I don't know, throw Molotov cocktails at the police and say, give the freedom to my country. So yes, and I was super worried that they would actually go there and then they would be beaten up by the police. And there were also people dying throughout the protest because the independent media, it was putting the stuff on the media. And I was actually very afraid that something will happen to them. And I think that these kind of things should not actually happen in the world. And looking at the US, the situation in the US with Corona, but also Brazil, Belarus, these were all countries that actually did not really go into quarantine through Corona, right? Like in Germany, I think the people handled it pretty well. But there were countries where leaders were so incapable to actually deal with the situation. And through this situation led to a lot of death and a lot to much more casualties that it would have led to if the leaders were actually capable. And I think that Corona just made the situation worse. Like without Corona, you're just going normally and people don't really notice if you're doing something wrong as a leader. But Corona just made all the things that we as ISEC want to contribute to positively, it made it much, much worse. So I think for now, if I'm looking, even though people cannot travel as much as they've been traveling before, I think that leadership aspect, the leadership development aspect that we as ISECers are working for is actually much more relevant than before. Because I believe that more than ever, we need capable leaders in key positions and capable leaders that are actually driven by positive values, which are actually putting purpose before profit, which are putting people before money, which are putting the good of the world and the climate and all the positive things that we're actually valuing as ISECers so much, putting it in front of their money and of their pockets. And if you agree with me, you can write in the live YouTube chat +1 or write down what you think about it so that the others can also interact. But this is something that is super dear to me. I believe that ISEC, at least from my personal experience, it gave me much more confidence in actually becoming the leader that will go out into the world and change something proactively. So the message for this conference is ISEC is super, super relevant. ISEC has never been as relevant as now. And we're developing actually the leaders that the world needs right now to improve all these problems that we've been putting into Mentimeter just a couple of minutes ago. And the question is, how do we actually develop those leaders that the world needs right now? And I think that the simplest way to change the world and to develop leadership is through writing the stories, writing stories of impact. Because what we're doing as ISECers, we're going out there, we're meeting other people, we're talking with them, we're sending them abroad, or we're engaging them in our workshops and our programs that we're doing, engaging people as members, right? So every one of you out there, you're actually an ISEC member that is living through an ISEC experience. So you are writing your story right now, and through writing this story, at one point you'll be the leader. If you will become a leader, if you want to, you'll be a much better leader than you could have been. And you'll have much more skills to actually create the positive change as maybe you would have without ISEC. And the things that we're doing by ISEC is we're trying to impact actually as many people as possible to find their purpose in life and to actually contribute positively throughout their life to the development of the world. And we need to ignite as many people as possible to actually live through this experience. Because a lot of people right now are ignorant, they're not caring, they're not doing something proactively to actually impact something. And if you're already in ISEC, then you're kind of out of this group. But there are actually a lot of people out there who are not standing up and doing something to impact something. And for this, we prepared a special video for you that Emmanuel Alvarez, our amazing technician and magician at the same time, will right now show you. So put up the volume and enjoy.
In the face of uncertainty, challenge and adversity,
failing governments, social injustice, sexism, mass animal slaughter, terrorism, racism, war, and many more challenges.
The world needs strong and capable leaders more than ever.
The world needs more people who take a stand.
The world needs more leaders who actively work to create impact.
The world needs more young leaders uniting to move the world.
A lot of people will tell us, one person can't change anything.
But we believe that the power of positive impact and positive change is in the young people, and it starts with one person taking responsibility.
This person is you.
We are writing the history of our world together through writing our stories every day.
As Isaac,
we need to ignite passion for impact in as many young people as possible.
We need to impact as many stakeholders and enablers as possible to give youth more chances, opportunities and a strong voice.
We need to challenge ourselves because it's the only way to get out of the comfort zone and develop.
We are here to ignite youth leadership. We are leaders.
Writing our stories to move Germany.
To move Germany.
To move Germany.
It's not about the if, it's about the how.
It's our choice, our moment.
we will drive together to achieve what we dream about.
And it starts with one person.
Hey, woo!
We will drive together to achieve what we dream about.
are you ready for that adventure, Isaac, in Germany? Because we definitely are. So let's make it happen together.
Dem Patrick, weiß ich nicht. Passion, Dennis, to meet you.
We're there right now from the status quo and actually move on and change something. And I would like to invite all of you, all of the ISAC Germany members, to actually also find this purpose, find this passion inside of you, find this fire that makes you stand up every day and do something positive for the world. So just feel this fire inside of yourself, and we'll explore it also throughout the term and talk about the purpose and these beautiful things. So, and you're asking yourself probably, who is actually the MC? And the MC is the membership committee. These are the people who are working full-time for ISAC every day. Is like a bit more than full-time, but it's unofficial, don't tell everyone. It's like a super fulfilling job because you wake up, you eat ISAC for breakfast, then you, before going to sleep, you eat ISAC for dinner. So you kind of live ISAC every day, and it's a super fulfilling and super beautiful because you know that every single thing that you're doing is actually contributing to the purpose. And for me, it gives me energy every day for already more than 1.5 years to actually stand up and do something for what I believe in. So maybe some of you will actually also end up in the MC one day. And there are, I know, already people out there from the LCPs and from the NSTs and from the VPs who are thinking of applying for MC, so definitely go for this. And here, as you know, part of our team is working virtually, and we had some imaginary field trips that you also do when you're in the MC. So here, just a couple of pictures here at the Bundestag. And here you can also see us landing on the moon. It was a very recent trip. So yes, you have usually a lot of fun in the MC. But you're probably asking yourself, who is actually in the MC Ignite, right? So now I'll present all of my amazing, beautiful MC members one by one. You'll get to know them, and then you can also approach them during the party, and you also see them in the room, so you'll be able to get to know them even better. Yes, and we'll start with Diogo. And looking at Diogo, he is currently MC VP Outgoing Global Volunteer, and in his previous role, he was MC responsible for incoming global volunteer, and he was top 4 globally. So out of 120 entities all around the world, he was top 4 in bringing people into the country to work on social projects. And he also, a random fact, also in almost every telco, he actually sleeps in the hammock. That is, yeah, fun thing. And Diogo, would you like to tell us a couple of words about you and how excited you are about the conference? Go, boy.
Hey guys, hey center. So here's Diogo. Really excited about the conference, so please enjoy it, have a lot of fun and a lot about ISEC during days. Guys, I miss you.
Okay, beautiful. So next up is Florian Kellemeyer. It's my right hand, the MCVP Finance, who is taking care of the organization being legal and sustainable financially. So yes, the biggest success of his ICE experience, and I was when I was MCVP OGT, he was actually also VP OGT, and so we've been working together already for a long time. And he won. It was nothing from my work. I think it was his very, very deserved achievement. He won 2 growth awards for Global Entrepreneur that doesn't exist now anymore, and also for Global Talent. And the random fact about him is that he actually hates bananas because in the childhood he was fed too many bananas. So yeah, this kind of things also happen. Florian Kellemeyer, please on stage, and here's your moment to shine.
Hello, I'm Flo. I'm really looking forward to work with you together in the coming year, and woo!
Woo! And next up is Zita Dahmen, and Zita is a super amazing person. She has a crazy personality, so whenever you'll meet her, you'll really be flashed, as I am every day. And the very special thing about her, and this is actually a big hope for a lot of you out there, that just after 1.5 years by ISEC, she joined the MC. Some people like me joined the MC after 5 years or 6 years in ISEC, and she made it in 1.5 years, so super ambitious girl. And the random fact about her is that she always wears different socks, and I think it's super cute. And also I think Zita can tell a bit more about her feelings right now.
Hello! Hello everyone, I'm Zita. I'm also super excited to work together with you the next year and also to get to know you closer tonight in the party.
Yes, go to Zita's room. She will be in the Truther there, so it's a room that you really don't want to miss out. So, next one, Milena. In Brazilian, in Portuguese, the perfect word to describe her is fofa, and she will be now smiling and blushing, I know, because she's super, super amazing, super cute. The biggest achievement of her ISEC life was a national award for the local committee during the term as the local committee president that maybe some of you will be applying soon. And random fact has a phobia of many things with circle format together, so please don't send her pictures with circles, otherwise she will freak out. So, Milena, the word goes to you.
Thank you, Mika. Hello, guys. Right here from Brazil, from the south of Brazil, joining the conference. So happy, and soon we'll be all together. And special kisses and hugs for my egos from the Talent Management Commission.
Okay, thank you, Mi. She's also the agenda manager of this conference, so everything that you're experiencing here is her and Armin's responsibility, so really, really hard work. Thank you for that already from my side. So, the next person, this is an incredible person. I hope you will get to know him in person because his LC roll call is amazing and he is very inspiring. The biggest achievement of his ISEC career is actually the Legacy Award. For biggest organizational evolution as local committee president. It means that his LC was not in a very good state in the beginning, but throughout his term he managed to bring it up and make it one of the best LCs in Portugal, where he actually comes from. So, Yes, and random fact is that he plays Pokemon, so whoever plays Pokemon, you can write him and exchange some good case practices. So Carlos, please come here and introduce yourself quickly.
Hello guys, so I am Carlos. I will be the next team leader operations as well, MCVP of GT, as Mika just said, and it's super exciting to be here and be able to actually get to know each one of you, especially my dear champions, which are already very close to my heart. And yeah, I'm very looking forward to this whole experience. Feel free to approach me anytime. See ya.
Hey, especially approach him during the party, of course. That's what he actually means. So yes, the next one is Dennis Passion Vanik, as you already know from the video. His middle name is Patrick, but he thinks of changing it to Passion. So yes, and the super exciting thing about him is that he was first generation in Isaac Bochum to actually break 100 and win the OGV Completed Award, caring about the quality and experiences of the people whom we're sending abroad. And the random fact is he's so sporty that he's sometimes doing push-ups during the MC meetings. So yes, Dennis, you're invited right now to the stage, and he's also the YLD hero, by the way, the person with his BDT team who put the event up and made it happen today for you. So see you there in just a couple of minutes.
Yes. Hello, Isaac in Germany. It's very nice that we have now this conference, and despite actually having not the possibility to do it physically, that we still have a digital platform for all of us actually to connect and to move forward in the upcoming months. So I'm really excited to get to know you and to work together towards moving Germany. And I hope you enjoy the Youth Leadership Day, and I hope you enjoy the whole NatCo. Yes.
Thank you, Dennis Passion Vanik. The next person who is in the lineup is actually Rahma Uni. And the big success is she was able to learn and execute her job as MCVP in Tunisia. Like, Tunisia is where she comes from. At the same time, she was building up startups, so she is actually the global entrepreneur that we're talking about, and she managed everything at the same time. So it's possible, guys, if you are a new member and you're like, how am I going to manage my girlfriend, boyfriend, Isaac, and all the things around? This is possible. Just ask Rahman, because she managed it perfectly. And the random fact about her is she loves food more than her life. So if you're also food fanatics, then just write to her, have conversations, send her pictures of your food. She will be super happy to talk to you about this. And I give it over to Rahma. You can now shortly present yourself. Good. So we didn't hear Rahma. Our technical team will try to fix it and just let me know. So the next one in the row is actually Jenny Buckenberger, our amazing MCVP marketing, and she's also was responsible for all the technical setup and promotion of the YLD, and she was doing like, she literally did sleep like probably 3-4 hours all the last days trying to make these things happen, and actually made the things happen. So her biggest success about the ISEC journey was when she was not even in Germany. She managed to bring 6 people to Germany, which were the IGT interns, Incoming Global Talent, for them to have a very cool experience here. So she's super passionate about IGT, but then I decided to put her into marketing, which she's also now very passionate about. And she's also very happy now in the end, after a little shock in the beginning. But yes, and also random fact is that she starts swearing when she gets a bit like under pressure. So whenever you want to hear her swearing, just put her under pressure, and then yeah, well, maybe also not. So Jenny, the stage is yours. Welcome.
Thank you, Mika. Yes, it's also nice to meet you guys all. It's a pleasure to technically host this NatCo for you. I really hope everything works out. I can already say thanks a lot for the feedback we got. When the sound was not working, we try our best. Yes, and I'm really excited to work with all of you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, and whenever you see her, you can sing Jenny, Jenny, Wolkenreiter, reitet einfach. She loves this song, and she is not totally annoyed by this because we're singing it every day. She just loves it more and more with every single time. Yes, so now we'll go back to Rahma, because we fixed the technical issue. So yes, Rahma, try to... Okay, so some technical issues are bigger than us, apparently. So yes, sorry, we might still come to you. Yes, let's move on now with the next one. Well, this guy, where is Mika? I can get Mika. Yes, so I'm currently the president of ISEC in Germany. That's why I'm also here standing in the middle of Haus Neuland. And my biggest success in ISEC, I think that succession and living the LC in a sustainable state is actually something super, super important. That's why I see it as one of my biggest successes to actually have 3 LCP applicants after when I opened the LCP application for my successor. And also we had more applicants for the EB positions, for the executive board positions, for the LCP that was elected afterwards. Yannick? So yes, living your LC sustainable and applying for leadership positions is something super, super cool. Do this also yourself. If you're a new member, you will learn a lot and have a lot of fun in the EB that changed my life, literally, like, no kidding. Yes, and random fact, I also met a bear in the forest once. It was even in like Germany on the border with Czech Republic. And as you see, I survived. So yes, if you meet me once personally, you can ask me about this story. Scene. And the next one is actually in Zahaka, my amazing MC VP organizational development, who is thinking about the strategies and how to build up all the smart structures around so that we as an organization can grow and impact more people. So the biggest success in ISEC is that actually her full executive board, and some people are probably now watching this, Paul, you might be one of them, Paul Elsepiana, but her complete executive board actually stayed in ISEC and took different roles and is now still developing in ISEC and also developing ISEC and contributing. So I think this is a great achievement as a leader that I can totally relate to. And also random fact, she never gets hangovers. So if you meet her at the party on the next physical conference, please try to make her so drunk that she actually gets a hangover the next day because she thinks that she cannot get one. Yes, so let's challenge this because in ISEC it's all about challenging ourselves, right? And can we go for Rahma now and try one more last time?
Hi, I'm Inza, your MCPOD, and I'm super excited to get to know all of you on this conference, to find out how we can achieve together in the next winter peak, and to be stronger than ever before.
Mani said that people are waiting for me to say something, so I'll say something. Hi everyone. Yes, you see, as in ISEC you learn a lot to be spontaneous and improvise on the spot. So I prepared a song for you, so you can light up your lighter and sing with me. Don't stop me now, 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. So should we go with Rahma? So guys, we're trying to include you in the whole conference process so that you feel like at a real conference where some things don't always go right, and maybe you'll be in the organization committee one day of a conference in Haus Neuland, which is the, yes, good. So we'll skip Rahma for this time, but you will get to know her later on. What? Okay, so let's just continue. And as you saw already in the video, the stand of this generation of the generation 2021 is we're leaders writing our stories to move Germany. Because as I already told you, the way how we can change the world is actually through writing the stories, and we as leaders are taking responsibility to write those stories, and this is what we're doing in ISEC. And in the end, as we're right now here in Germany, and Germany also has a lot of problems like racism and inequalities and sexism, like even if we're thinking that Germany is a super privileged country, it is, well, at some point it is, of course, but there are still a lot of problems that we need to work on and that we're impacting positively as ISEC. So, there is something missing for this conference. And if you haven't been on an ISEC conference ever before, then you know that this thing that is missing is actually a chair. And what is a chair? It's not just like, we have a lot of chairs here in the office, but this chair is something or someone very, very special. And the role of the chair, and like who is actually the chair, is to create a very positive atmosphere, create an atmosphere where people can share, and also guide you through the whole experience so that you can understand the ISEC and the whole conference concept a bit better. And now we'll play a little game with you, and in the live YouTube, you need to comment the things, what you think is the right answer. So the first one, the question is from which country, from which country this person is. Let me check. Yes, and the two options are actually Germany, Russia, and US. So please type in the live stream A, B, or C for the country where this person comes from. So if the person comes from Germany, it's an A, Russia B, and US C. And we play the elevator music. Tone, 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 tone. Well, we don't need to play the music. I'm a beatboxer, so I can actually handle it by myself. Okay, so hopefully you typed already. I will reveal it later on. The next question is years that this person already had in ISAC. So you have 3 options, 6, 4, and 10. So write again, you can also write numbers, you can write ABC, it's up to you. Just write into the chat, how many years do you think this person spent in ISAC? So is it 6? Is it like the middle-ish? I'm in the organization for around 6 years. Is it 4, a bit less? Is it 10? The person just joined when she was a student, or he was a student and then moved on and never stopped and never managed to actually get out. Okay, so I hope you already made your choice. So now I'll make it a bit more simple for you. There are these 3 people, and the different options are, first I'll go with the person that everyone knows, it's Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany. Then the second, Vladimir Putin, whom we also try to invite as a chair for the conference, of course. And the last one, René, MCP of ISAC in the United States. So you can also type into the chat, who do you think is actually the chair of the conference? You know, nothing is impossible, and dreams are very often coming true. If you're trying long enough, you know, it's not about the if, it's about the how. So don't get intimidated by the big status of those people in this picture. Okay, so I see a lot of reactions coming. And now revealing who it actually is. It's not Angela Merkel and it's not Vladimir Putin, so I would like to ask on stage, on this virtual stage, on the Zoom stage, René, MSP of ISAC United States, my dear friend, and really looking forward for her to write this story of this conference together with you. So René, the stage is yours, and enjoy your experience with our German plenary. Challenge them a lot, but also love them a lot. So, René, it's your choice, your moment.
Hello guys, give us 1 second to switch off the screens so that I can share a little presentation with you guys. Nice, cool. Amazing. Okay, here we go. Here we are. Hello, everyone. My name is Renee, and I'm super happy to be here with you guys as the chair for this NatCo for MC Ignite. A little bit about my professional career within ISAC. I joined in 2016, so I guess I'm a baby in ISAC as it relates to being in this role. But I started off on the outgoing exchange team. And then I was the vice president of Outgoing Global Volunteer in 16-17. Then I was a local committee president, 17-18. And then I supported with organizing a conference that was regional for us here in the US. Then I was supporting LCPs as a coach. And I went on to being MC in Thailand, doing organizational development. Then I was doing business development in the US last year, which brings us here to being MCP. So that's a little bit about me professionally, but as a person, I want to share some of that with you too. So I'm 24. I joined ISAC when I was 20 and starting the second semester of my sophomore experience. I'm a Capricorn Sun, Scorpio rising. So if you like any astrology things, let me know because I'm super obsessed with it. And I have around 7 different tarot card decks. So if you want me to do a reading for you, just text me. I really like reading books on meditation and spirituality and how we can elevate to a higher standard of living. I'm a Disney movie fan. I like to watch a lot of old movies. I'm the eldest of 4 and I'm the only girl, so I'm really used to like rough housing with boys and stuff. I'm Nigerian American, so that means that everyone in my family was Nigerian and lived there, and everything was in Nigeria. And they moved to the US before I was born, which is why I'm here now. And lastly, I am almost always on TikTok, Snapchat, or Animal Crossing. So if you are a fan of any of those platforms, let me know and add me as a friend on TikTok. But yeah, moving into the purpose of a chair, as Mika said before, I'm really here to bring like good vibes to the space and make sure that this is a fun experience for you guys, support your learning journey, and then also tell relevant stories to convey the daily theme. So when I was talking to the conference team, something they said was very important was to make sure that there's a goal for like every single session. So it's really clear as to what people should be getting out of the space. And for me, my personal goal is to encourage you to live intentionally. And you'll see through as we go up through the conference, this is going to be my consistent goal the entire time. So some of you might be asking yourself, what does it mean to be intentional? And it means something that is done on purpose slash deliberate. It's not an accident. It's not something that happened because other people did it. It's because you chose to do it. So for example, eating healthy. Say you were a person that wanted to gain weight. One unintentional way that you can do this is by like eating a bunch of junk food when you're watching Netflix, watching TV. Another way you can intentionally do it is by prepping your meals and making sure you have enough calories and enough like carbs and proteins and things like that. So you actually get to your goal when you say you want to get to your goal. And the reason why being intentional and having intentionality behind your actions is super important is because intention implies choice. To do something with intention means that you chose to do it, and choice breeds ownership. So for me, when I think of that, and when I think of one of the themes of this conference, that it's not about if, it's about how, I think that they go hand in hand quite well. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a relevant story. It's about my LCP experience when I was just a wee baby back in 2017. So at the beginning of the experience, I had a pretty big LC. This was us right before it started, and I thought that we were going to achieve so many things and be this super successful body, and I was super excited and ready to go. But at the beginning of my first semester, this is the way my LC looked. I had 22 members and 5 executive board members. So if you know anything about ISEC US, that's quite large of an LC. Normally we have around 15 people within each of our local committees. So I was quite proud to be starting off my term with such a large group of people. But by the end of my first semester being LCP, I had 2 people left in my LC. It was me and the guy in the picture who's right next to me. Only 2 people left. So I know you're probably wondering, like, what happened? How did that go? Like, what happened between December and June? And I can tell you it's a lot, and I'll get into detail as we go through the conference. But when I had to reflect back on my experience and look at how small my local committee had gotten in the span of 6 months, I was heartbroken. I thought I ruined everything. There was no way to bounce back from this. And some of you guys, if you are in the executive board, might be feeling this, right? You know, like it's really hard to bounce back from maybe losing a semester due to COVID and things that are happening in the world. But more importantly than being sad, I still had a really strong passion for the organization. And I still felt that ISEC made sense at my university. ISEC made sense for my city, and it was something that I really wanted to save. So going back to, it's not about if, it's about the how. One of the questions I asked myself is how could I intentionally change the fate of my local committee? What could I do to make sure that my local committee was able to survive past me? I had 2 things that were the most important things for me to ensure as a president. It was something I wanted to pass on, something I was proud of to my successor, because when I got my local committee, it was something that was okay, but not something that my predecessor really was proud of passing on to me. So I wanted to break the cycle of passing on an okay LC. And also, I really wanted to make a difference in the world and use ISEC as a platform to do so. So I told you guys a lot of things happened in the first half of my semester, and a lot more things happened in the second half. And obviously, I was able to make it work somehow because I'm still here in the organization. But for details, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow for my session to hear more about that journey and how I was able to turn things around. And as a final message to you guys, because I said I really want you guys to live intentionally, I have one question for you, and I'll ask this question every single day. So it's, what is your intention for the day? What kind of energy do you want to bring to the spaces? What kind of day do you want to live? Because I'm a firm believer that if you set your intention for the day, you will end up acting in a way that's going to help you get there. So super happy to be here. Thank you so much for letting me share. And I'm really excited to stay with you guys for the rest of the conference. And I'm going to turn it back to the team.
thank you a lot for this opening. It's really, really cool that you're also here and that you're tuned in live from so far away. I'm Armin, some of you maybe know me. I'm the president support team. I'm consulting 6 different beautiful LCs all over Germany. And yes, it's really an amazing job, but today I'm here because I have a different job, which is for this time a bit more important maybe. I'm also the agenda manager, together with Milena, and yes, this is why we together constituted this concept for the conference for you. The theme of the conference is we learn and achieve through our connections. And this is something we wanted to put through all the different parts of this conference. Here you see a picture of me and Milena together on our vacations. It's really cute. Yes, these are us. Exactly. So the conference concept is we learn and achieve through our connections, and we wanted to have this everywhere at the conference. We got this concept by also talking with you, talking with many people, doing same things, but also in the MC, to also see what could be the things that would really help you if we deliver this to you in the next days. And we also connected them to the new MC statements. It's not about the if, it's about the how. It's something we want to cover deeply in the learning part. The connection part is our choice, our moments. It's us. We are here. We are taking ownership for ISAC in Germany for the next year. And this is where we want to focus on connect and achievement, drive to achieve. I think this goes kind of without saying. We want to show you how to be able to achieve, how to learn every new day the stuff, so that you can really put the stuff into action and really get the results you want. And here more clear, we learn how to lead the winter peak with certainty. This will be done mostly tomorrow. We are connected as one ISAC in Germany with a clear purpose. This is the focus of today. And we feel empowered to assume the responsibility for our entity and drive to achieve our goals. And after you see those statements, I want to show the agenda of today. You probably saw it everywhere, posted on many different spaces. Right now we're still in the opening. Then we have an amazing session with Dennis about we learn and achieve through our connections. It will be super cool. Then we have the Youth Leadership Day, which will be amazing. We will see many different companies presenting themselves, having amazing sessions. You can connect a lot with those people. It will be really, really great. Then we will go on the MC Get to Know, where you have the possibility to get to know really closely all the to the party. You will again get a tool where you find all the links. And to make some logistics a bit easier, we again have WhatsApp groups. Here are the 2 QR codes for the different groups. Just one thing is, just join one group. You only need to be in one. This is totally fine. And please stick to the rule that you don't know already. If you are... You don't have to be
on your skin. I wanna love you again and again. Don't make me wait, 'cause I need to know. If I go, will you follow me? Oh, tonight. You don't have to be alone tonight. If I go, will you follow me? Will you follow me? If I go, will you follow me? Baby, follow me. Nothing ever lasts forever.
This is Isaac in Germany, and we're super excited seeing you dancing around local. See you
Baby, we're as
on
good as
YouTube.
gone. Won't you follow me?
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me and the sound works. So I'm very, very happy to go through the next session together with you. And in a short while, you will see the slides. So this session is actually about we learn and achieve through our connections. And for this, I invite you to, well, attend the session, be attentively for new and old ones. But first, my introduction. Mika already introduced me. My name is Dennis. I'm the MC VP of Business Development. So I'm in charge for our external connections, for our partnerships, and in charge of building purposeful partnerships for our exchange goals and also in general relations and bringing forward what ISEC stands for. And well, the next thing is actually ISEC. So I want to ask you, what is ISEC for you? And I invite you to write in the chat what you think are the things that you associate with ISEC, or for those who are newly joining, what are the things that you think you associate with ISEC? I'm being attacked by bees actually while standing here. Quite interesting. Good. Can somebody show me some first results that I can see actually? I'm very intrigued about this. Okay. So the first replies, I will actually see them during the next minutes. So I will take them into account. But actually, the next thing I want to talk about is what makes ISEC so ISEC. So for me, I have been in ISEC since 2014. So already has been quite some time to get to know this organization, to see its opportunities, and to see what this is all about. And for me, when we talk about ISEC, it's not something new. Like I heard this every half of the year, every year, what ISEC is about. But there's actually one thing and one way of telling how ISEC is that I resonate with a lot and that I really liked and how I want to show you actually. And for me, this is something that is valid for people who have been here for a long time, but also people who are here recently. And this is this way. So you can imagine ISEC being the kind of polar star and being our guiding light that we have. So, for example, you answered like develop future, actually, and what we are striving for, our polar star that drives what ISEC is actually this. It's we strive to achieve peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential. So ISEC was founded in 1948 and in Germany in 1952. So it's already quite some time since we exist. And this is, since then, the thing that drives us and that we want to connect to. We want to have peace in times where there was no peace, and in times we are still looking to find either peace physically, so avoiding war, but also interculturally and socially, having a society that tolerates each other, because this is also peace. And fulfillment of humankind's potential, developing what you can offer, developing the impact you can have in society, and the change you want to have. But for this, you know, we need a compass, we need an orientation to find our polar star. We need to be clear, what is it that leads us to this? Because our why is super big, and well, it's not always tangible. So the next thing is our how, and our how is this, is we place our confidence in youth as the key to unlock a better future. We believe that leadership is the fundamental solution and it can be developed in anyone. So in the end, what we are saying is to achieve our why, we have to develop leadership, and leadership is the solution, and leadership in youth specifically. But like, what is leader in ISEC? And what does it mean to actually bring this forward? This is our how that we try to make more concrete, because you know, leadership is also a very big word. Leadership is something that is not easily graspable, and everyone understands something different. So we asked ourselves the question in ISEC, what is leadership for us? And for this, we had external help. We had professional companies that aided us in research and finding out what does leadership mean in ISEC. And for this, we asked ISECers across the globe, and these are the 4 defining qualities that make a leader in ISEC. It's being self-aware, it's understanding the personal values that you live, it's being a world citizen, it's belief in the ability to make a difference, It's empowering others, so communicating effectively and giving others the opportunity to grow in their experiences, and being solution oriented, so showing resilience in the face of adversity. These are the 4 leadership development qualities which we are focused for in developing. However, this is the grounding. So in the end, the next thing that becomes relevant is how do we build this? And this is then our what. And actually you answered already, I saw this, that connecting people through intercultural exchange is something that you answered actually in the chat. And this is what is our what. Because again, leadership, developing leadership also need a concrete tool. Leadership doesn't exist from just talking about it. You have to do something in order to become the leader you are aiming to be. And for this, we enable young people to develop their leadership through practical experiences in challenging environments. And the focus is here in challenging environments, because you need to have a challenge to really find out where you want to grow and how you want to go forward. And we do this through cross-cultural exchanges and by creating these opportunities. So by sending people abroad, bringing them to Germany, and by actively working on it. So we do this through exchange and through our membership. And for me, when I think about the what, this is the thing that comes to my mind. Because this is my what, where I associate this. And I have been here, I mentioned it for a long time, but this is in a story actually from 2019. Because after sending people abroad, I really wanted to have this experience myself, you know? Like there's a thing about knowing and understanding. And for me, it was important to understand. So I went to Brazil. I participated in the project that was called Driblando, which is basically like telling social values or teaching social values through sports and the value of a healthy lifestyle, which I will get later on why this is important for me. But the story that I want to tell here that connects me to our what is actually the next one. And this is the story of Eduardo. And Eduardo is actually like a person that was part of this group that I got to know. And he was actually, he was a small boy. He came from a very difficult environment. He was, it was in the favelas, and there you never know if you have it tomorrow or what can happen. And he already was deeply impacted by a very troubling family situation. And he was told that he has to be strong, that he is not allowed to show weakness. However, in the school, he was the smallest child, and he always wanted to get his ball, have his own things, but by this, he was isolated in the group. And this is something that we noticed, and where we thought, okay, this is something we want to change. On the left picture, from my side, the left picture, you can see him being very cautious, unsure, insecure. It's very easy to see from his mimic. He was very suspicious of us, but in general, he was very, isolated and very quiet. So we started involving him in the project. So basically, when we had a demonstration, we gave him the opportunity to show it first to the group. And when we had to translate something, we gave him the opportunity to further talk about this in front of the group, and we encouraged him to not play with the ball with himself, but with others. And over the time frame that we had, he actually started to be more included into the group, but also include himself. He started smiling way more, and he started to be an active part of the group. And this was just a small thing that we did. We basically saw, okay, there's somebody who needs this connection. We used our sports games and our sports activities to give him the chance to actively participate, so demonstrating teamwork and equality, and he was included after this time. And you can see on the right picture, he's smiling a lot. I think both of the pictures really speak words about the development. And actually in the end, he started jumping into our arms. He was so open, and I know from friends of mine who stayed longer in the project that he actually continued this. And this is something I am proud of, because in the end, it was just a few small actions that we recognized that can change the life of the small boy, because he's included in a social group. And as we know, a social context really determines how you proceed in life. So this is something that showed me that our what can make a difference. And even in 6 weeks that we are there, we can make small but very meaningful changes to the lives of others. But there's another thing that actually is never mentioned when we talk about our why, how, and what, and this is the who. And these are the values that we're striving for. The people who have been longer in ISAC already know this, but there are 6 determining qualities that say what an ISACer is all about. The first is striving for excellence. So basically giving your best in the context that you have. It's demonstrating integrity. And as I'm demonstrating integrity, I'm very well aware that there's no N in demonstrating integrity. So this is basically standing up for what you believe in and stand your ground. Activating leadership. It's not uncommon for a leadership organization, but it's something where we actually strive to demonstrate leadership qualities and develop leaders. Enjoying participation. Actually having fun at what you do, because we should not only push forward with passion, but we should enjoy the process. Living diversity, being an organization that encourages exchange, that encourages being together, that encourages different cultures being mixed together. Acting sustainably, that we actually act in a manner that it not only benefits us, but future generations within and outside of ISEC. So in the end, wrapping up the ISEC way, we have our who, so basically the qualities that we develop. We go through our what, which are the standards that we deliver through our exchange and the inner and outer journey that we facilitate. It's our LDM qualities, so our how we develop leaders, what it means to be a leader in ISEC, and then using this compass to build to our why, which is the purpose that we are striving for within this organization. And for this, just imagine, and this is something that always gives me goosebumps, just imagine, really imagine, what it means if really everyone would develop these values and strive for them. What could happen? I had the pleasure to meet people from within ISEC, but also outside of ISEC, and there are people building schools, leading organizations, people who take responsibility. And just imagine what they can do if they take the ISEC values that they have in consideration for this. So this is something that we are fighting for as an organization, building a society that can make a difference, enabling them with the tools to drive for peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential. And this is what the ISEC way is. And this is what we are striving for. However, I want to come back to the topics of the conference and why I do care, and why I still do care after this long amount of time. The first is learn. So embracing a practical experience, learning about yourself, and actually setting the first steps to enable a successful start into the winter, but also a successful start in general, the task that you are approaching. And for me, when I think about learning, I think about this. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. And for this, I actually, one of my mentors, what he told me is that the thing that you can never lose or should never lose is the thing that you have in your mind and that you learned, the skills that you acquired. So even if you lose your home, if you lose everything that is close to you, you are still have the blueprint to move forward. So I would like to encourage you that the true investment in yourself is not the clothes that you buy, it's not the phone that you have, it's not the courses that you just pay for without really learning for them. It's really what comes out of it. It's really the skills that you acquire, the mindset that you have, the behaviors that you foster. This is what learning is about. And this is what also we want to strive for in ISEC, that you embrace the learnings that you can have, because whatever you learn as a member, as a team leader, as a vice president, as an LCP, everything that you learn will be something that benefits you in ISEC, but by that also benefits you outside of ISEC. So this is something we want to encourage. Connect. For Connect, there are two things. First of all, connecting, ISEC is an organization that is globally connected. So we are represented in more than 120 countries. And this is something that's truly beautiful. Even in Germany, back then when I joined, I really realized how big ISEC is and how ISEC in Germany even is. There are so many cities where you can find different kind of ISECers, so many things to exchange, and so many inspiring people to just have a conversation with. And this is something that makes us strong. We are together and we are moving together. And globally, I had the pleasure to be on a conference that is like in Colombia, more than 600 people from over 100 countries. Just imagine sitting in a room just like this, but like bigger, here, like this beautiful back screen, just bigger, and with people in over 100 countries. This is, for me, magical. It's something where I'm not sure if I will see it this way after my time in ISEC. And this is what makes ISEC truly great and unique. It's the connections that we have. For me, one thing I want to highlight here is the Youth Leadership Day. Because for me, it has a special meaning. Mika already said it in the beginning, it's a new event that we are building right now. But we are building it with the intent of even in times when borders are not, when borders are closed, when people do not have the opportunity to connect and to travel and are isolated, that we have a platform to talk about the responsibility that youth has and leadership that we can develop and drive in Germany and across the world. And this day for me shows that ISEC is an organization that enables connections, that really strives to, no matter what happens, gives people the opportunity to connect. And the last one is a very personal one. In general, achieving an ISEC is about taking social responsibility, taking ownership for your goals and working towards them. But for me, there's actually one thing that makes it especially special, if I could say this, and it's my story actually. As you can see here, 2019 was for me a very transformative year. And in the beginning of 2019, I was weighing 140 kilograms, which is a lot. And my doctors told me, or my doctor, not my doctors, my doctor told me that if I continue this, I will most likely die at early age because I was getting more and more overweight. And I was always like connected to my mind, you know, making the difference, no matter caring about this. But at some point I realized I do not want to progress like this. If I want to be a leader, I do not only have to lead others, I have to lead myself. And my physical health and the things that come with it are important. So I decided that I want to make a difference for myself as well, not only for others. And in ISEC, I learned what it means to set goals and achieve them. And I did. I worked hard. In the March of 2019, I said, I will lose 50 kilograms in this year. I will ensure that I will achieve it no matter what. And yeah, fast forward, 31st of December, I'm sitting, making a video, and almost crying, realizing that I not only lost 50 kilos, but 51.3. And it's very important to mention here, this was not done through dieting. I was not doing some cheap cuts, I was just living healthily and doing sports and being committed to my goals every day. And this is something how I see goals. When we talk about doing this and this amount of exchange, recruiting this and this amount of members, doing this, this, and this for this number. For me, it's not about the number. For me, it's really about the essence behind it. Because having the skill of identifying goals, working towards them and achieving them is something that is not an ISEC thing. It's something that enriches your life. If it's your job, if it's relationships, if it's your health in my case. This is what makes a difference. Because a leader knows his goals. A leader knows how to approach these goals, and a leader achieves these goals. And this is something that we are striving for with the goals that we are setting. And this is why I'm deeply connected to this. My story told me that goal achievement is something that can enrich us and really elevate the quality of our life, not only in ISEC, but outside of it. And this is my connection when it comes to achievement. But here I want to ask you about the topic of impact, because I told you the story of Eduardo, a person that was impacted through our experiences that we offer, and I told you the story about me being impacted by what ISEC offered and the skills I developed in it. But what impact do you believe you and your contribution to ISEC and our purpose has, or for the people who are completely new and joining us, can have? And how has ISEC impacted you or someone you know? Or how would you like to be shaped by your experience or shape others? For those, again, who didn't participate yet in ISEC and have the pleasure to do it now, I encourage you to think about how you could do this. And for this, you have 5 minutes. I will see your answers in the chat, so I encourage you to share in the chat as much as you can. I will now go and check out on the laptop what your replies are, and I'm very much looking forward to reading them, and then I will be back in the 4 minutes.
complicado de entender si tú no estás ahí, no puede amanecer. Que algún día volveré, el tiempo lo dirá, no dudes de mí, es complicado de entender si tú no estás ahí, no puede amanecer.
Hello, welcome back. And yeah, I was in the chat seeing a few things, but actually the one I want to highlight that I found is taking responsibility for me and others, finding people in difficult situations with optimism and power. And I really like this because it includes taking responsibility not only for others, but also for yourself, and not only for yourself, but also for others. Because keep in mind, if you want to achieve impact, you always have to be sure that you can also impact yourself. People who cannot lead themselves will have difficulties leading others. And people who are not willing to lead others will also have difficulties leading themselves. So this is something I want to encourage you. And optimism and power are very, very strong words. Optimism is something that I can highly identify with. And moving forward with power, confidence, certainty is something that will benefit you in the long run. And when thinking about the impact topic, I actually have this that I want to share with you. It's Isaac changed my life. It's something that I can say fully aware and fully confidently to not only Isaacers, but everyone I meet. Because it did. It gave me the opportunity to lead a team of 30 people when I was LCP. It gave me the opportunity to be a consultant of 12 cities when it comes to our professional internships. It gave me the opportunity to lead 8 amazing local committee presidents when I was in the PST, so consulting them and helping them, striving for impact. It brought me to Brazil, engaging in a social project. It brought me to the United States, where I actually also got to know Renee, and where I was supporting the MC there in organizational development. It showed me so much. I was a trainer, I was an OCP. Isaac has so many things to offer. It gave me an orientation of who I want to be, but also who I can be. It showed me how to set goals, but also how to achieve them. And it brought me together with so many amazing people in Germany and across the world. I still have a network where I just go out and then I can have a conversation with a person I got to know in New Zealand. It's really nice. Or a person I met in Hong Kong. There are so many interesting things that you can get to know when it comes to ISEC. And for me, it did change my life. 100%. I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't achieve what I'm achieving right now. And I would definitely not be as clear about my life goals and achieving about the life goals I set in the last year for me as I did now. So this is something that ISEC offers you. ISEC can change your life, and if you allow it to, and if you invest, it will. So Mika talked about in the beginning of the power of writing your own story. It's something that we are standing for in this generation, that we are fighting for. And in the end, you are the author of your story. You are the person who is in charge. You control your narrative. Be aware of this. There's nobody who can take away the path you want to go besides yourself. There's always a way you can go. And as we like to say, it's not about the if, it's about the how. It's your opportunity. It's your choice. It's your moment. If you drive to achieve. This is why we choose those things. Because we believe in this, and we believe that ISEC can be a change maker. Even in times of uncertainty, actually, especially in times of uncertainty, we can make this difference. So what I want to leave you with is to just tell you how amazing this organization can be. For everyone who joined, for everyone who is considering moving forward, it can give you so much. It can give you experience, it can give you amazing people, it can show you where you want to go. And for those who are already there for a long time, such as I am, there are always more things to learn, but also take into consideration that everything you learn in ISEC doesn't have to only be in ISEC. It can bring you forward in all of your different areas. If it's health studies, whatever you choose, it can help you. So take this seriously, be the author of your story, and the one thing I want to leave you with, that I would like you to ask yourself, not in this session, but in general, what is the story that you want to write? So now, we are in this conference learning, we're achieving through the connections that we have. This was the session for why we actually do this, why we care for this, and why ISEC can change lives, and why ISEC will be an amazing journey for all of you. And now, I want to thank you a lot and give you the first opportunity to actually see what leadership will be about. Because after this break, at 12, we will start with the Youth Leadership Day, which is basically a day where not only we as participants can see what ISEC offers for us and actually what we want to take forward, but it's also something where we as ISEC proudly represent leadership in Germany and giving a voice to youth in these times. So I hope you had some attention points that you got from my sharing. I hope that you know where you want to go with this journey, and I hope you have people you can enjoy this together with. So I wish you a lot of fun, a lot of success, and a lot of sharings and collaborations for this whole weekend. And yeah, it was a pleasure of talking to you on a digital level, and I wish you the best now for your break. See you later.
Hey guys, this is ISEC International 1819 with our roll call video, and we'd like to invite all of you to dance it with us, record it, and put it in the comments below.
Oh, what a feeling. Look what we've overcome. Oh, I'm gonna wave my flag and count all the reasons we are the champions. There ain't no turning back. Saying, oh, can't you taste the feeling? Saying, oh, we all together singing. Look how far we come now. There's beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we come now. beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready, I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we come now, 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 now. Hands up for your colors. There's beauty in the unity. One hand, two hands for your colors, yeah. There's beauty in the unity. Show your true colors. Here we go. Hands up for your colors. Represent your country. Raise your flag. Show your true colors. Is it a sin that I want it bad? Halfway to hell, I've made my bed. Baby, give in, and we'll be gold. If I go, will you follow me home? Just like a pill, it's going down. Just say the word, I'll take you now. Come get me high, so I won't be low. If I go, will you follow me? On your skin, I wanna love you again and again. Don't make me wait, 'cause I need to know. If I go, will you follow me home tonight? You don't have to be alone tonight. If I go, will you follow me? Will you follow me? If I go, will you follow me? Baby, follow me. Nothing ever lasts forever.
This is Isaac in Germany, and we're super excited to see you dancing our roll call. See you
Baby, we're as
on
good
YouTube.
as gold. Won't you follow me? Won't you follow me? Nothing ever lasts forever. All we got is now and never. Baby, we're as good as gold. Won't you follow me? If I go, will you follow me? Will you follow me? Follow me, yeah. I'ma take you there. If I go, will you follow me? If I go,